sideline and our partner Laura Oakland.
Hi, Kevin. Jameis Winston came into this week dealing with back and ankle injuries. They brought him to London, watching how he healed, but Dennis Allen said his body just didn't respond as fast as it did the last couple of weeks. But after going through 4 quarterbacks last season, Allen said that's exactly why we have Andy Dalton. However, Dalton's job is tougher today. No Michael Thomas or Alvin Kamara. Allen told me with that rib injury, he was concerned Kamara couldn't protect the ball or himself. Now over to my sideline sister with the Vikings. Hi, Jamie Erdahl.
Hi, Laura. Thank you. Let me paint a picture how an NFL team typically travels to a game. Head coach, a general manager, front row, coaches, coordinators, and players as you work backwards. Not the Vikings, not this week. Head coach Kevin O'Connell told me the plane the Vikings took Thursday night to Friday morning to London, it had 50 lay-flat seats. He told his staff all the players will be in those beds. He relied on the sports science. We've heard Kevin O'Connell is influencing this team in a positive way. They want to play for him, Kevin.
They want to play well for him as well. They're going to have a chance to play defense for Kevin O'Connell, or rather offense first, because the Saints win the toss and they defer. Minnesota football to start this game, and out comes Kirk Cousins. 62% completion percentage, his lowest since 2014. 253 yards a game, 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But he's got a trio, Mark Sanchez, of wide receivers and Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and KJ Osborne that he's thrilled to have by his side.
Well, that's a 3-headed monster from the wide receiving core. But look for these guys to really establish that running game early in this game. And don't forget these motions. They're going to have to move these guys around to free them up.
Little pyrotechnics haze still in the air as we start this game. Quick swing pass to get Jefferson involved early, and Jefferson close to the first down, tossed out of bounds by Marshawn Lattimore near the 35. And offensively for the Minnesota Vikings, Christian Darrisaw along the left side of that line. Ed Ingram, the rookie at right guard, his first time out of the United States. C.J. Ham, will see him out there. He's not there right now. They've gone single back, but he'll play a role in this game today.
Don't get me too excited, Kev.
I know.
My guy.
Motion across from Thielen on first down. This is Dalvin Cook, his first carry back in the shoulder harness. And he gets 3 to the 38, Demario Davis. And maybe you'll hear a lot for that Saints defense in the middle with the stop. And let's look at the Saints defense. Up front, of course, Cameron Jordan anchors that entire defensive line with David Onyemata. It's a good front four. Demario Davis, we mentioned his name. Pete Werner tied for 5th in the NFL in total tackles, and Tyrann Mathieu, leadership in the backfield. But Davis is just a superstar, second team All-Pro a year ago. Thielen in motion. 2nd down and 7. Cousins looking to the sideline, a little tall for the Vikings on 3rd down, who have not been good on 3rd down this year, Mark.
And this is the name of the game, talking to both sides. The Vikings obviously want to be efficient on 1st and 2nd down. You see the errant pass right there. Could have got him a 1st down with a wide open Osborne in the flat. Now, the Saints, they knew this is the down they got to get to and get them to 3rd and long, just like this. 3rd and 7+, get physical up front and unleash the big dogs on the edge. Cameron Jordan and Marcus Davenport, these guys are ready to rush the passer.
Only 2 sacks as a team this year for the Saints. Cousins, short toss, caught by Smith, and Smith's got a 1st down. Mathieu with a tackle, but Irv Smith Jr. with his 8th catch of the year picks up 10.
Well, watch him in the stack alignment on the left side of your screen. You see these guys here. Watch him. He's just going to do a little shallow cross route, and they get crossed up. Tyrann Mathieu's got to run the entire length of the field, and it makes it difficult in man-to-man. To cover somebody 53 1/3 yards wide is that field. That's a long way to run, and Irv Smith just outran him for the 1st down.
Fullback C.J. Ham into the game. Offset the backs and play action for Cousins. Floats it out to Thielen, and Adam Thielen down the sideline. Another 1st down for Minnesota inside the Saints 42.
Well, that's one of Kirk Cousins' favorite things. They're going to fake the run here. You're going to see C.J. Ham get in there and get a little cut block on the edge there to free up some space for Kirk Cousins so he's not completely naked out there.
A little tempo here early for the Vikings. Kevin O'Connell taking a page from his Rams days.
That's exactly right, and they want to do it out of 21 personnel with C.J. Ham in there because he knows this pass game and obviously he knows the run game.
And the give is to Dalvin Cook, and Cook tripped up at the 40-yard line. What is the advantage of having C.J. Ham in there in downs in which you would assume a pass is coming? They had him in there on 1st and 2nd. Keeps base defense, right?
Absolutely. It keeps that base defense, keeps the nickel defender, that 5th defensive back on the sidelines, and it really is advantage Vikings. I'd like to see them do it more. I'd like to see them do a little more tempo as well with C.J. Ham, because we know he can line up outside in empty formations and run some of those quick game routes and get some easy completions for Kirk Cousins.
2nd down and 8. This is Cousins to throw again. To the sideline again. Caught again by Justin Jefferson. His 2nd catch, just shy of the 1st down.
And watch him. We said they're going to have to move him around in the slot, create stacks, create bunches. But now he's coming out of the backfield running an option route on number 20, Werner, who's there covering linebacker, right? That's what he does. But he doesn't cover wideouts. He tries to cover running backs. He tries to cover C.J. Ham, and it's a fair matchup. But not a guy like Justin Jefferson. That guy can straight up fly, and he ran an excellent route from the running back position.
3rd and 1, Madison in. You'll see him almost exclusively as the 3rd down back today. Cousins on the sneak with the line or the Saints defensive line.
I think it's on the Saints.
Offside, defense, the nose guard. First down.
You're going to see it right over the ball right here. Watch. Boom.
Shy Tuttle.
It's a quick little head bob. And well done with the cadence by Kirk Cousins. One of those guys so analytical, so well prepared. He's a guy who's got every tool in his toolbox mentally, and he knows he can use that cadence as a weapon and draw him outside to get a free 1st down.
Osborne in motion. Off the play fake, Cousins wide of the target. Justin Jefferson working against Marshawn Lattimore. Flag is down in the secondary. It'll be a defensive hold.
And that's going to be a key matchup. Marshawn Lattimore.
Prior to the pass, holding defense. Number 29. 5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Wow. They get away with the big one because that was a great play by Lattimore. Right side of the screen, you're going to see 29. A Debo right here. All over Thielen, just a little too long.
Paulson Adebo missed the first 2 games of the ankle injury. Only had 9 snaps last week, so still working his way into form. Cook, a little burst to the edge, and Warner closed that one down quickly. Pete Werner with just a 2-yard gain for Dalvin Cook, thanks to one of the best tacklers in the game, the 2nd-year man out of Ohio State, Pete Werner.
And a nice little game on the outside, basically to try and disrupt that outside zone that this offensive line is built to run.
Off the play fake, he's got Smith open, completes it to the tight end. And Smith short of the 1st down, upended by Adebo. And he'll be about 2 yards short of a Vikings 1st. Andy Dalton hoping to get on the field down just 3 and not 7 at this point, starting today for the injured Jameis Winston.
Another crucial 3rd down. But they got the whole playbook available to them, really, because of their efficiency on 1st and 2nd down. You saw those nakeds and bootlegs. The Vikings, Kirk Cousins, ran over 100 of those nakeds and bootlegs last year. He's so good at it. And you're going to get a little man-to-man. Watch this.
Quick split out to the top of your screen as Cousins goes to work. Backside pressure, finds Dalvin Cook. Cook motoring to the 5 before Warner can trip him up. 1st and goal, Vikings.
Well, what have we seen versus man-to-man, Kevin? Especially on 3rd down. You're going to get man-to-man. Here's Dalvin Cook doing the same thing that Irv Smith Jr. did on that last 3rd down. Running away from defenders. They got crossers underneath, and sometimes in man-to-man, your favorite targets have to be your tight ends and your halfbacks. Those are your best matchups at times.
Just the 7th time, but the Vikings are 5 yards away from another red zone score. This is Madison, patient in the backfield, but good penetration by the Saints. Shy Tuttle in there to finish it off.
Wow, Saints ain't ready to give up a touchdown just yet. They're playing tough up front, and this front 7, just a run stop in front. I mean, they're built that way. They're built to stop the run, haven't been as effective this year, and have really made that the emphasis. They know that if you can run the ball, you control the clock, you control momentum, you control this game. They don't want to go down like that.
Now, what Cam Jordan tell us the other day? I'm a complete DN. I have to stop this run. I'm cool if I have a boring game. Hasn't been boring yet. The Saints defense. 2nd and goal. Off the play fake. Cousins pressure up the middle, throws and threw it away. Oh, that heat coming strong from Marcus Davenport. And Kirk Cousins took a blow as he got rid of that one.
And watch Davenport on the left side of your screen here, applying the pressure. They're trying to get a little slant return route to Justin Jefferson. He showed him the slant route. Whew. I mean, poor Kirk Cousins, he's trying to run the slam route, then get out of it. But Kirk Cousins looked like a corporal chucking grenades out of a foxhole on that one, just trying to get away with.
Third and goal. Cousins, open, touchdown! KJ Osborne, but a flag.
Oh, they might have got him on the pick. Yep, offensive pass interference. Now listen, as an offensive guy.
It's a rub.
Pass interference, offense, number 18.
Now just wait, here comes a quarterback about to tell you why this shouldn't be a penalty.
Well, you're going to see a little rub here. Dare I see pick? See when he engages with his hands like that. But
Mike Pereira is our rules analyst in Los Angeles. Mike, you know a quarterback's never going to think that's a penalty.
Yeah, I know he's not, but when he sees it on film, he's going to go, oh, yes, it is. It's exactly the pick that you're looking for. When you see somebody that wide open, you always suspect something, and that was a block that was more than a yard downfield and the right call.
Are you telling me where there's smoke, there's fire, Mike? Come on now.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Third and goal. They set it up for Madison. Breaks two tackles and weaves into the end zone. Brilliant for Alexander Madison. And the Vikings are on the board.
Now watch these offensive linemen get out in front. Here comes the screen. Coming back like that. Watch Thielen in front and watch all these offensive linemen get in front, create the alley. He's such a selfless guy. They got a lot of players like that, whether it's Thielen, CJ Ham, willing to facilitate for other players. Bail themselves out.
Offensive pass interference, no problem. Alexander Madison gets the Vikings on top early. To wear his jersey.
Plus shipping and the price of the jersey, which you can get on discount nowadays. So
yes,
not bad, not bad.
I will not give your Mark Sanchez jerseys.net website. I will not do it.
Oh, that was awesome.
Vikings with the early 7-0 lead. Deontay Hardy, the deep man. And he'll take a knee. Touchback to the 25. And for the first time this year, we introduced Andy Dalton as a New Orleans Saint. Last season with Chicago, in his starts, 3-3 record, 189 yards per game, 8 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. His last start was in the season finale for the Bears last year. Threw for 325 yards, 1 touchdown, did throw 2 picks. But we talked with him. He's ready. He's excited. And Mark, more importantly, he's had the whole week to get ready, knowing he was going to start.
Oh, absolutely. And that makes a big difference when you're either a starter or a backup, getting all those reps during the week.
Swing pass on first down. This is Mark Ingram. Alvin Kamara out today. You'll hear the name Ingram. You'll hear the name Murray, Washington, and Taysom Hill out of that backfield. Offensively for the Saints, they lose Andrus Peat today at left guard, out with a concussion. So Calvin Throckmorton, who came in for him last week, gets the nod at left guard. Jarvis Landry was dinged up. He left last week with an ankle, but he's out there today. We'll see what he's able to do on that ankle this afternoon as Mark Ingram burrows forward for a yard to the 29. This inactive list is a who's who of Saints stars, Mark Sanchez.
It is getting grim over there, looking like an infirmary. I mean, and that's where you get a lot of your production from Kamara and Michael Thomas. Got a lot of slack to pick up on this offense. I think we're going to see some Taysom Hill, and we said it in the opener. Don't forget about Chris Olave, bottom of your screen, number 12, Ohio State.
Vikings haven't forgotten about him. Patrick Peterson out there on him, and we've got flags flying. And the Saints already facing 3rd down and 6 are going to be facing more.
I love the guys up front politicking, pointing at each other.
And it's Calvin Throckmorton. We just talked about him coming in at left guard for Pete.
Oh, he went off a Kendricks move. Oh, that was close. He didn't quite get in the neutral zone. That's a dicey move for Throckmorton, trying to steal some yards there. But now they're in 3rd and long, exactly what they don't want to be in. But don't ever count out the red rifle. Andy Dalton.
Pressure up the middle. Dalton sets it up for Ingram. Ingram bouncing to the outside. He's got the first down. Cesar Ruiz with a key block, but a flag down as well.
And just a smart play from the Saints. Watch this offensive line again. They said, we see your screen game. We can match that.
And the guy with a key block was too far downfield to start Cesar Ruiz. So back up the Saints again.
Just left a little early. One of those big guys getting out in front. 51, the right guard. Threw a great block in open space as well. And now they got third and even longer. Be ready for another screen. Some sort of quick throw.
Dalton. Quick sideline toss. Looking for running room up that sideline is Adam Troutman. And Troutman's going to end up about 4 yards shy of a Saints first down. Harrison Smith with the tackle. And with the penalties, the Vikings defense able to get the hold, and the punt team coming on for New Orleans. 12 3-and-out drive this season, the most in the National Football League. This is a slow starting team. Only one touchdown scored in the first 3 quarters of the 3 games they've played combined this year.
And such a telling stat there, Kevin. I mean, they're chasing points consistently. Every fourth quarter for these guys is a 2-minute drill, and that's an exhausting way to make a living in this league. It just gets hard.
And the punt caroms out of bounds near the 21-yard line. A 48-yard punt. Buckingham Palace gathers many folks from far and wide when in London. This place is packed. What a cool atmosphere and a great way to start your Sunday of football. Dalvin Cook on first down with a carry to the edge, and Dalvin Cook stacked up at the 29-yard line as we check in with Jamie Erdahl on the Viking sideline.
Well, you see Dalvin Cook with that harness on his left shoulder. He suffered a partial dislocation on that left side last week. This is an injury that hangs with him throughout his career as a pro. Kevin O'Connell said, why wasn't he wearing it? Dalvin said, blame me. I'm hard-headed. I thought I strengthened it enough. That thing will be part of his kit for the rest of the season.
Jamie, thanks to the sideline. Cousins with a strike to Adam Thielen. And Thielen out of bounds at the 44-yard line to pick up 15 and a first down. And the pace back up again.
They're really rolling with that pace, and you saw it on the first run of this drive, the outside counter play that bounced, and then again with a 4-by-1 set. Unbalanced formation.
And they're going pace with C.J. Ham in the game, Mark, like we were talking about earlier.
And this is that idea. You get up to the line of scrimmage, take a picture of the defense, and then dial up the play you want.
And Cousins finds Thielen again. A familiar target. Kirk Cousins strikes with Adam Thielen. Picks up 15, another first down, and back to the line they go.
And look at Thielen adjusting for that ball. That was a miss by Kirk Cousins, but Thielen making him right. You saw the hard play action up front. These guys get low pad level. Everything looks like a run. And with C.J. Hammond, you've got to be willing to do that dirty work and block in the run game. Get the benefit of catching some of those deep balls down the field on play action pass.
3 catches, 40 yards for Adam Thielen. And first down off the play fake. Cousins wants the screen for Cook, and Tyrann Mathieu right there to drop him at the 40-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain. Adam Thielen a couple plays ago, let's go back, he may have got hurt on this play. Oh. He was bent over on the sideline. He's back on the field now, but he was bent over on the sideline for a minute.
You see that tweak of his right leg kind of when it landed funky. But he's a tough sucker, man. You see him in the slot there. You got to drag that guy off the field, but there's Thielen in the slot.
Second down and 9. Cousins looking to the sideline and trying to connect with Jalen Reagor. Brings up third down and 9. 3:15 to go in the first. Vikings looking to add to that 7-0 lead. This feels like a huge play early for the Saints defense.
It sure does, and I think Reagor, Kirk Cousins was expecting him a little farther outside, but that's what we talked about, these third and longs now, right? The Saints really got to pin their ears back and rely on Davenport, Cam Jordan, Onyemata in the middle. He's got to push the center of the pocket to keep Kirk Cousins uncomfortable and not give him any room to step up. They got to be more efficient on that second down. Gave away a free completion there on that last play.
6 defensive backs in for the Saints. Cousins with pressure steps into the pocket and down he goes. Just as you talked about, Mark, they needed to push, and they got that push with 4 up front. 3rd sack of the year for the Saints, and the first Contavious Street.
And watch this sky cam shot. You're going to get it right here. Contavious Street. Watch him fight through the entire play and go and go and go and keep going. These guys have a motor up front, Kev. These guys will not stop till they hear the whistle. They might play a little through the whistle, you know what I mean? This is a physical group. They got no problems making it a long day for Kirk Cousins, but that's exactly the game plan that Dennis Allen wanted.
Deontay Hardy ranging to the sideline. Waving for the fair catch, makes it near the 12. And the Saints trail 7-0 before a packed house in London. Of this Vikings defense throughout the course of this year.
100% built like a Adonis, man. That guy's a man's man. And him flying off the edge. Whew, that's scary stuff. Those guys got to come alive. But if they happen to get a lead in this game, they got to come alive and take away the throwing.
There's Mark Ingram. First carry on this drive for Ingram, and he plows to the 19-yard line. And Laura Oakman, Andy Dalton may be the oldest guy on the team, but he's not afraid to learn to play a different role.
No, not at all. After 9 years in one place, Kevin, Andy said, 4 teams in 4 years, I started wondering, why does this keep happening? He tried to say, don't focus on it, be present, watch it all play out. He said, I'm so appreciative of this moment. I'm not taking this start for granted.
2nd down and 3. Dalton into traffic and in and out of the hands of Marquez Callaway, and it brings up 3rd down.
This ball kind of jumped on Callaway, almost like he didn't expect it based on the coverage. Felt the corner just sitting on that slant route. He was kind of halfway in between, looking at the ball, looking at the coverage, and it was Dantzler on the coverage, just squatting on that route.
So now 3rd and 3. Taysom Hill into the ball game in the slot to the top of your screen. Dalton that way initially, then pressure comes, and down he goes! Dropped at the 15 by Zadarius Smith. They weren't even sure he was going to be able to go this week, battling a knee injury. Not only does he go, he gets his 2nd sack of the year.
You're going to see him on the left side of your screen. And this is a huge free agent acquisition. Remember, one of their defensive senior assistants, and Mike Pettin had him in Green Bay, where they got him from, traded in his division, or signed him in his division, rather. I mean, that's dangerous. That guy can get loose and wreck a game, and that's exactly what they need from him and Danielle Hunter.
For 3 years, Vikings fans couldn't stand Zadarius Smith as a Packer. Now they love him.
Now they're buying his jersey. He probably didn't have to force it on people either. Huh?
No. Jalen Reagor working to the edge. Reagor got a block. Rager's got good speed, and he steps out of bounds near the 45-yard line. The former Eagle trying to take flight in London. And a good return for Reagor to the 45-yard line. Vikings will have excellent field position as Andy Dalton and Jameis Winston look things over. An injured Viking during that return and a timeout in London. 7-0 Minnesota on top of New Orleans.
I was thinking, you and I will come to a little arrangement. What you call a team up.
Stadium. The injured Viking that they're tending to is the 1st-round pick, Lewis Seen. He is down on the field right now. We're going to step aside while they continue to tend to Lewis Seen. As Lewis Seen, the rookie 1st-round pick of the Vikings, who has been trying to work his way onto the field, didn't get any snaps on defense last week when Harrison Smith was out. A significant leg injury for Lewis Seen, and he will be done for the day for sure. As he leaves, we get back to action. 1st down and 10 at the 45-yard line, and on 1st down, the carry for Alexander Madison, who picks his way to the 47-yard line, brings up a 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard pickup. Dalvin Cook starts, but we were talking with Kevin O'Connell the other day, Mark Sanchez, and we expect to see quite a bit of Alexander Madison, almost exclusively on 3rd downs, but as we see, weaving in at other times as well.
Well, they're not afraid to let him pick up some of the load here, shoulder some of the load, if you will, for this run game. He can do it all, and he's your steady hitter with singles and doubles, where Cook, he can give you that home run threat around the edge and breaking off big runs.
2nd and 8, Cousins to the sideline, intercepted. Tyrann Mathieu' first pick as a Saint, and what a time for it. The turnover. Kirk Cousins' 4th interception of the year.
Well, watch this. Kirk Cousins gets a little greedy. He makes the right read, but just a second or two late. They're going to have an out route. They're going to have a go route. But watch the cornerback right here. Adebo jumped the flat from the inside, and there goes Tyrann Mathieu, knowing that Kirk Cousins has him up the sidelines. Oh, and just a savvy play by Mathieu, being able to cover the entire width of the field. Look at him get off the hash over there in quarters coverage, and they're just reading routes. Feeling number 2, the inside receiver, breaking to the flat. What a play.
Here's Latavius Murray, first carry in his return to the Saints, brought up from the practice squad, and Murray gets it out to the 47-yard line, and that takes us to the end of quarter number 1. Kirk Cousins not happy. The turnover gives it back to the Saints, who have it in good field position.
The sky cam shot. There's the out route by Jefferson. Herb Smith Jr. up the sideline, and watch a Debo jump this route because of Kirk Cousins and that little hint move he gave. Just a quick little pump fake, and he was ready to cut it loose to Jefferson. Saw Debo a little late, and then the Honey Badger comes up and makes him pay.
And Taysom Hill takes the snap at quarterback, and Taysom Hill gets the Saints' first down of the afternoon. So without Jameis Winston, Dennis Allen and offensive coordinator Pete Carmichael trying to get a little creative here, and Taysom Hill back in that quarter.
They got to get him involved early, often. Keep this defense on its heels. Let these run side to side, and then start giving up some big plays up the middle, but we got to see more Taysom Hill.
On first down, Latavius Murray barreling forward to the 44-yard line. Latavius Murray's been on that practice squad, but he's still that upright runner that we remember from his time with the Vikings when they were here in London. He was on that Vikings team, and of course with the Saints and Ravens over the last couple of years. His Pro Bowl year with the Raiders back in 2015, and he's still 6th in the league since 2016 with 31 rushing touchdowns.
Oh, he can absolutely tote the rock, and he's going to have to. They're getting a little momentum after that turnover.
Here's Murray again on 2nd and 4. Good penetration. First contact from DJ Waddle, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Must have heard us up in the booth talking about the Saints running game getting going, but watch this. Waddle applying pressure up top. Watch him. Just get in, sets the edge perfectly, and makes the tackle. A lot of times you got to set the edge, and you're basically setting it to redirect the runner inside to all your buddies inside to go make the tackle, but he got both done in one play. That shows his versatility.
Third and 8. Dalton with protection to the sideline. There's Chris Olave, first catch of the day for the rookie from Ohio State, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And watch him on just a little stop route. A little bit past the sticks. He's going to slam on the brakes. Show the go ball. That was important. He's got to take off from the line of scrimmage like he's going to run by that defensive back. Put the fear of God in him that he's going to run for a touchdown right by him and slam on the brakes, do the flyby, and get a quick, easy completion.
Dalton from the shotgun. Taysom Hill split out to the top of the screen. Dalton looking towards that direction, but not to Hill, to the underman, Juwan Johnson. And Johnson, with his first catch of the day in front of Cameron Bynum, picks up 13 and a first.
The Red Rifle heating up and getting some help from his tight end. Look at this, full extension. Get horizontal, my man, I love it.
The former wide receiver looking more like the wide receiver he was than the tight end he was converted to last year. First down and 10. Here's Hill again, and Taysom Hill down at the 20-yard line. Let's check in on the sideline with Jamie Erdahl.
A heartbreaking story here is that rookie Lewis Steen, who went down on special teams play. He had his leg air casted. He is obviously out for the remainder of the game. He is also being transported to a local hospital for further evaluation on that injury.
Oh, you hate to see that. The young man out of Georgia, such a talent, just trying to work his way into the lineup. Unfortunately done for the day. Back in third.
This book has helped me reach so many young homeowners who have become their parents.
Hey, what's the lowest you'll go on one of these mugs?
Well, remember, no haggling in stores.
Ah, yeah, chapter 6, yep.
They may have read the book, but they still have a long way to go.
I was hoping to get your John Hancock on there.
Well, let's just call it a signature.
I noticed there weren't any refreshments, so I'm just gonna leave a couple of snackies.
Folks, the line's a shambles. Let's tuck it in.
Sir?
Come on. Come on.
Okay.
Oh, right?
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Okay, we don't need a lineman.
Vikings linebacker Eric Kendricks injured on that last play and being checked out on the sidelines. That means a lot for a couple of different reasons. One, you lose Kendricks, but two, new communication.
That's right, and now you're going to see Jordan Hicks in the middle of the field.
Pass complete to Landry, twisted down by Cameron Dantzler. Jordan Hicks is the guy with the green dot now.
Correct, he's got the green dot. Want to let that play roll, but he's going to be in the middle of the field. This is what he's used to. He's used to directing traffic for Vance Joseph back in Arizona. That's what he's known for, and now he got here. He was just telling us in the meeting the other day how free it is not wearing the green dot, right? And and how much he could just focus on himself and not get everybody lined up. But he's back in the saddle, calling it for this defense on a crucial 3rd and short.
3rd down and 2. The give to Ingram, good cutback, and Ingram's got a 1st down. Mark it at the 10. 1st and goal coming up for the Saints.
Well, watch him. This is a zone type run. And he's going to ride this wave. Watch, he's going to kick out here. And watch Ingram ride the wave, get everybody rolling one way, call him Kelly Slater, and cut back at the face of the wave and get to that backside gap to go scamper for 2 yards. Huge play and great awareness by the savvy vet.
J.P. Holtz just elevated from the practice squad in motion. This is Ingram, plows right up the middle to the 8-yard line. Pickup of 2. Chandon Sullivan with the tackle. 2nd and goal. Saints have scored again 1 total touchdown in the first 3 quarters of football that they've played this year. First 3 in game 1, 2, and 3 combined. This would be huge for this slow starting offense to put points on the board.
That's right. It's almost like they're adjusted to the time zone or something. But you see Taysom Hill out there, no stranger to that full English breakfast and baked beans, man. This guy's ready to go. Be ready for him in the pass game.
2nd and goal. Dalton over the middle to Ingram, who popped free, able to keep his footing for an extra yard to the 4. And here we go. 3rd down and goal for Andy Dalton and the New Orleans Saints.
These 3rd downs from inside the 7-yard line. Just such little space and room, right? Cornerbacks, safeties are going to sit on everything. They don't have to get to worry about getting beat. Got to be down and dirty, Kev. He's got to throw that belt loop and lower for these guys so they don't get tipped up.
12th play of the drive. Dalton looking, end zone, juggling catch made. Chris Olave with the touchdown.
Well, watch Olave. He's in the outside of this bunch formation right here, and he's going to slow throttle down and let 2 guys clear and find that open space. That ball a little high for my liking, almost got punched out. But an excellent recognition and well done with the traffic pattern of those wide receivers. It's so important to be patient, and for a young rookie in just his 4th game to understand that, the timing and the patience on those kind of routes down inside the 5-yard line, trying to punch it in. I mean, that is so impressive.
They're going to look at this just to confirm, for now, a touchdown. For a new look at the touchdown, it has been confirmed by replay. They were looking for control, Mark Sanchez, and Chris Olave, despite the early juggle, able to hang on and get the touchdown. And the first time this year that New Orleans has scored points in the 2nd quarter, capping a 12-play, 60-yard drive as Will Lutz, the extra point, ties it up with 8:57 remaining in this first half. NFL Network is back at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for a London game encore. Saquon and the Giants square off against Rodgers and the Packers live from the UK. That's next Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, only on NFL Network, and stream on mobile with NFL Plus. First point scored in the 2nd quarter this year, and quite the march, Mark Sanchez, for the Saints offense, led by Andy Dalton.
Well, absolutely. It was 12 plays, 60 yards, 6 minutes and 13 seconds, and they had to do it with everything in the playbook. We mentioned that in the opener, right? They're going to have to get creative. It's got to be runs from Latavius Murray. It's got to be Mark Ingram. It's got to be playmaking by committee, and a lot of emphasis on Taysom Hill, just keeping that defense off balance. And then, of course, the young rookie. I need you to ball today, man. International game. Everybody back home watching. Cut it loose, big fella. Excellent play and excellent drive.
A lot of Saints fan representation here at Tottenham Hotspur. A lot of folks came over from New Orleans to watch their Saints play in London. And Ewanwu, the deep man for the Vikings, and he'll let that one sail through the end zone for the touchback. Let's look at next-gen stats powered by AWS, and we focus on Justin Jefferson, who targets, which is targets of 10 to 19 yards.
Just an absolute stud, and they knew they're going to have to get creative because Detroit last week, they look like the old Detroit Pistons, man. I mean, those guys, Dumars, Isaiah Thomas, Rodman, all those guys, they just jammed him up. It got so physical with him. Now they know they're going to have to move him around to get him this week.
Dalvin Cook with the carry into the arms of Pete Werner after a couple to the 27-yard line. Brings up second down. Kirk Cousins back out there after the pick last drive, trying to get the offense going once more.
And he's got to get some easy completions, but you see Marshawn Lattimore traveling everywhere with Justin Jefferson.
Second down. Cousins over the middle. Thielen open with the catch. Trips up at the 43-yard line, but plenty for the first down. 16-yard pickup for the Vikings wideout.
These guys are going pace again. And I love this call, these calls by Kevin O'Connell, because as soon as you throw an interception, all you want to do is go out and stack a couple completions, and he's giving them some easy ones. And Kirk Cousins really starting to dice up this defense right now.
Here's Cook. Oh, just tripped up. He had an opening, and it was Demario Davis who tripped him up near the 49.
Oh, shot out of a cannon. Looking like the Arsenal logo. I might get in trouble talking about Arsenal here.
Yeah, don't do that here. I want to get home safe.
You're right, you're right. But look at him getting through this hole and just a trip right there. He's got to get his knees higher. But he was flying through that hole.
Dalvin Cook going nowhere this time. You know, if you are a Vikings fan, you're on that first down play going to say, hey, wait a minute, why didn't they call Demario Davis for tripping?
Fair enough, fair enough. Called it inadvertent tripping. But you got to get your knees up, halfback. And look who's in it, halfback. There's our guy Madison on the 3rd and shorts. Be ready for him. He can do it out of the backfield. And they're going to split him out. Watch, try and get a look at man or zone. There he is up top on your screen. Zone all the way, because that's a cornerback.
On 3rd and 3. Saints rush 4. They get to Cousins. Down he goes. Marcus Davenport finishes him off. Cam Jordan was there first.
Oh, watch him with this swim move on the outside. Here comes big Cam Jordan. Watch how quick and violent this is. Bam, knocks his hands down. Whew, just round second base there to get to the quarterback right around the dish. And that's exactly what they needed. You see the change up in coverage right there, Kevin. They went man-to-man the first couple drives and got roasted by routes running away from players. Now they went in zone, sat on those short routes on third up front with that pass rush.
Yeah, but I don't care. I'm still going to use it.
No, you nailed it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. See, that's what I get from Mark Sanchez. Undying support.
That's right.
Thank you. Great job, Kevin. Thanks, Mark. Worst starting field position for the Saints. And on first down, just trying to get a little room from the end zone. And Eric Kendricks, who's back out there on the field after being evaluated for a concussion, makes the tackle.
He's another one of those guys you'd have to drag off the field. Just the ultimate gamer. And really, this new age linebacker that can really run sideline to sideline so quick. And it's guys like Dalvin Tomlinson up front, 94, who allow him to run. They pick up all that trash. They sift through all those blocks to let Kendricks and Hicks run.
Ingram again, and Ingram fighting his way to the 12. Remember, this is a Saints team without Jameis Winston, no Alvin Kamara, no Michael Thomas. They lost their left guard, Andrews Pete, with a concussion. And here they are, late in this second quarter, in a tie game in London with the Minnesota Vikings.
It's amazing how one turnover can change the momentum of a game and completely reinvigorated these Saints, who were really snoozing in that first quarter, off to an awfully slow start, just oozed out of the tunnel, you know, and now they're back with a little life on a crucial 3rd down.
For 2 on third, their first 2 drives, 3 for 3 last drive, and in all kinds of traffic. Landry cannot turn it upfield. Chandon Sullivan all over that play, and it's 4th down. Outstanding defensive play.
We see Andy Dalton, he kind of calls this play out, and he says, hey, I just want a quick little flat route to Jarvis. Everybody else, you guys go block in front of him, almost like a screen, and they didn't buy it at all. Chandon Sullivan, another free agent acquisition from Green Bay, just stealing guys in the division, whether it's Zadarius Smith or Sullivan, number 39, coming over to make some plays.
Good push, almost got there. Wanwu with
Giants Packers. What do you think? You want to check that game out next week, Kev?
Fine, if you insist.
All right, I'll look for tickets.
The play fake, Cousins with time. Looking down the sideline for C.J. Ham, and it's incomplete. Pete Werner covering the fullback out of the backfield. Mark Sanchez, you've been looking for C.J. Ham all day.
Oh, I needed that out of the backfield. Just slightly underthrown. Look at him trying to make the effort to get back inside. Oh, that was his moment. Sorry, don't get another shot.
It's Dalvin Cook, and Cook trying to fight his way for yardage. Only gets 2. Good tackle by Peyton Turner. Hooked him and yanked him to the ground after the 2-yard gain.
He sure did, and that was almost that exact same play that they started the game with, using a little bubble to Justin Jefferson. But here we go. This is exactly what the Saints wanted. 3rd and long again. Force Kirk Cousins. And this offensive line that's built to run outside zone scheme, they don't want to have to drop back 15 times in this game. And now look at the defensive ends. They're ready to tee off. Look at them.
3rd down. Cousins over the middle. Thielen's there. When you need a 1st down and you're Kirk Cousins, where do you go? Number 19, Adam Thielen.
Well, there he is at the top of the screen, but look at him get separation at the top of the route on this in route. Boom. See how he resets him up, gets foot to foot, face to face, and then just extends his hand enough without throwing the offensive pass interference.
5 catches, 66 yards. Every catch for Thielen's been 10 yards or greater today.
You saw Cam Jordan on that last play was dropping in coverage. We want him attacking the quarterback.
Cousins to the sideline. Jefferson with the toe tap. Did he get him down? Yes, he did. And a 1st down. The former LSU Tiger biting the Saints for 14.
Wow. Look at him hit this route. Fly off the line of scrimmage. Hit a hard left-hand turn. Hit the blinker and go. I mean, he left him in the dust there, Lattimore. What did I tell you? You got to show that guy he's running a go ball.
Cousins looked right, nobody open. Over the middle, finds Jefferson on the cross, and Jefferson down at the 19 with another Vikings 1st down. 11-yard pickup, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. Justin Jefferson getting involved. No surprise, the Vikings are on the move. The Lexus Halftime Show with Colleen Wolfe, Willie McGinnis, and Kurt Warner is coming up next. They'll recap the 1st half plus a look ahead. Buffalo, Baltimore, Kansas City, Tampa Bay. Brady's getting some toys back. That's coming up on the Lexus Halftime. On 1st down, Dalvin Cook up the middle to the 11, and to Jamie Erdahl we go.
Well, Kevin O'Connell still very closely connected to Sean McVay. He told me after O'Connell won the Super Bowl with the Rams, he had over 500 text messages. Opening week, he had over 150. That loss on Monday Night Football, he had 5 text messages in his phone, 4 of which with the last name O'Connell, the other one, Sean McVay. The 2 are incredibly close. He said that's a true friend right there to reach out when the going got tough. They text each other all the time, giving each other film feedback.
It's not a bad guy to get film feedback from in your first job as a head coach, Sean McVay. Cook working to the right side, upended at the 10-yard line. Cam Jordan shy Tuttle, knock him down, and a 3rd and short coming up, and a timeout call. And the clock reset to 1:10 as we play on here in this 1st half. That's Mark Sanchez. I'm Kevin Kugler. And you know, you look at this game, it's been kind of what you'd expect a little bit, although perhaps a surprise that the Saints have been able to be as effective with so many weapons on the bench today.
Well, they stopped hurting themselves with self-inflicted wounds and penalties. They got a huge turnover, and then the tide started to turn. Now they need to bow up on defense and really make a stop, a statement stop, give the ball back to their offense with about a minute left.
3rd and 1, play fake Cousins right through the hands of Johnny Munt.
Oh. And watch Munt. Here he comes, number 86. I mean, they got it. They got him out leveraged and just right through the wickets. Huge drop because that could be a potentially 4-point switch. And listen, they got out schemed. The Saints is. Sometimes it's better be lucky than good. They really benefit from that huge drop by Munt and hold this team to 3.
So a 28-yard field goal try for Greg Joseph is good, and the Vikings with a 10-7 advantage with 1:04 remaining in this London before a capacity crowd. 62,850 is what this building holds, and we'll see if that number is above not sure what fire code status is in London, Tottenham Hotspur, but it looks to be that much or more in here today. This was a hot ticket. Next week, a hot ticket as well when the Giants and Packers play. Packers playing for the first time ever in London.
Still need you to Venmo me back for that ticket. I'm going to send you a request here soon. Set me back a little.
As you know, my phone doesn't handle Venmo. Deontay Hardy will watch this one sail through the end zone for the touchback. Well, this stadium would have been remarkable.
Well done. Painted the picture there. But the picture here for the Saints, man, they got to try and steal some points before halftime because they're getting the ball coming out of the third quarter.
And Dalton in trouble. Down he goes. Dalvin Tomlinson there, and the ball came out. The ball came out at the end of the play, and the Vikings recover it with Harrison Phillips.
Exactly what you can't have happen is when you're down this many players, you can't afford to have these kind of turnovers, especially before halftime. Here's Andy Dalton right here, boom, and they just ripped it out. I don't think that knee was down. Oh yeah, ball's out. Oh man.
Tomlinson with the strip, Phillips the recovery.
Well, the coverage was just, and what a turn of events. I mean, that could have been a potential 10-point switch, right? Winning hidden points before halftime because they're going to get basically back-to-back possession. If they could have gotten 3 there, then get a touchdown at the first drive of the third quarter. That's a 10-point switch. Unfortunately for the Saints, they're really going to have to dig in.
Cousins off the play fake. Jefferson. Oh, what a tackle made by Paulson Adebo. One-on-one in the open field, and Adebo dropped Justin Jefferson.
Well, Adebo 29.
Clock down to 23 seconds to go.
Yeah, plenty. What are you doing?
Cousins looking. Pressure comes. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. That backside pressure from Cam Jordan, and now third down.
I mean, you got to burn that timeout right there. That one shocked me. Basically, got your flood routes going to the outside, but I mean, excellent coverage. Matthew, Adebo, everybody. I mean, they had them dead to rights on that play, and I'm just shocked. Ooh, ouch. Sure you want to play QB in this league? Basically how it goes.
Third down and 10. 16 seconds until halftime. And flags fly. Play will stop with motion up front.
Still just shocked they didn't burn a timeout there.
False start. Offense number 75. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Brian O'Neill with the false start. Back it up 5. And
but now, listen, down it tight here. You don't have to remember Kirk Cousins. He knows something's got to be real good to cut this ball loose. You just got a huge turnover from your defense. You got 3 points essentially in the bag here. You got to be real sharp.
Third down, Cousins looking. Pressure late, gets rid of it. Catch made by Irv Smith Jr. down at the 18-yard line, and the Vikings will just let this run down until they can use the timeout, the field goal, and they do that with 3 seconds to play in the half. So after the 10th turnover of the year for the Saints, Vikings trying to put 3 on the board before halftime here in London. What a turnout for the first game of the International Series. 2 more games in London next week, then October 30th. For the first time, the NFL goes to Germany on November 13th. They'll play in Munich and then back to Mexico City for a Monday night game on November 21st.
How cool are all these international games? I think the NFL does such a great job with them. It's fun for the world to be a part of such a beautiful game. But just some
36-yard try for Greg Joseph. And Joseph split it into 3 points. Halftime. And at the end of the first half, our score, Minnesota 13, New Orleans 7. Coming up at the half, Alexis Hamilton and then Mark Sanchez. New Orleans right in this ball game as we start the second half.
Absolutely, just a 1-score ball game. They got to just get that nasty taste out of their mouth from that last drive before halftime, the fumble by Andy Dalton. You got to flush that thing down the toilet like your goldfish in 4th grade, man. That thing's dead and gone. Give me a new half, give me a new set of downs, and they got to get points on this opening drive. They got to mix in some runs. I need to see more Taysom Hill, but they got to get it going.
Moments ago, Jamie Erdahl caught up with Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell.
Coach, you sparked early, but what happened offensively as that half rolled on?
Well, I think we just had some you know, they made a couple good plays, really good defense. They got us into some longer yardage situations. We're trying to get the run game going a little bit, but it's a heavy front up there, so we'll keep obviously attempting to do that. It'll be important to try to win the line of scrimmage. Their defense has been on the field for a lot of plays in that first half. We just got to continue to execute, all 11 guys flying off the ball, and we feel great about where we're at.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
And ready to kick this one off. The New Orleans Saints will receive Deontay Hardy, the deep man for New Orleans. Hardy ranging to his right, 1 yard deep. He's going to bring it out of the end zone. Hardy trying to find room on the sideline, and he's stacked up at the 20-yard line. What did Dennis Allen have to say from the New Orleans Saints? He chatted with our Laura Oakman.
Well, Dennis Allen came out of the locker room, Kevin, and he wanted to talk rhythm and how we can get it. I said to him, the rhythm seemed to get going once you put that Dalton and Hill combo together. Are we going to see more of that? And he said, I'm more focused on the fundamentals. I want to talk about run, block, catch, throw versus anything cute right now.
We'll see what they do on first down. If it changes from the first half, it was 6 runs and 3 passes on first down plays. They'll go to the air on first down to start this second half, and the wobbler caught by Chris Olave at the 40-yard line. There's a flag down on the near sideline at the 30. Olave out to the 40. And we'll hear from Clete Blakeman, our referee.
Prior to the pass, illegal contact, defense number 22. Penalties declined. Yardage gained into first down.
So Harrison Smith's penalty declined. And another play of 20-plus yards, the 16th of the year for the Saints.
Aggressive play call. Olave coming all the way from the opposite side of the field. And watch Andy Dalton staring down the barrel right there. Couldn't even finish that throw. That's why it came out a little lame duckish and wobbly.
Ingram trying to get to the edge. Penetration from DJ Wanham, and that led to a 5-yard loss on the play.
Look at Wanham set this edge. He said, no way you're getting outside of me. Get that block by the tight end, or he's got to stay inside and kick that end out. They were just confused on the play. It looked like they didn't know exactly which way they wanted it to go. Ended up bouncing it, and Wanham was all over it.
Officially a loss of 4, brings up 2nd and 14. Dalton with some time and almost intercepted. Cameron Dantzler had it hit him in the jersey and he couldn't secure it. Huge break for the Saints as Andy Dalton averts a disaster here early in London.
Here comes the end cut right here from Callaway. I mean, Dantzler almost runs the route for him. Look how he shows up at the top of the route. Bad read, bad throw by Andy Dalton. He's got to get into a rhythm. They got to give him some easy completions right now. They're chucking this ball downfield quite a bit. Dropping 8.
Just that 3-man rush. Dalton with time, checks it short. Ingram with the grab of the 40. Slips 1 tackle, but he cannot get away from Josh Metellus, who brings him down well short of the first down. And the Saints are going to have to punt this one away.
Well done by Andy Dalton on that. Just getting back on track, stealing a completion, understanding that he couldn't have another crucial mistake. You know, like right before halftime, the fumble, almost an interception early here. Just play the field position battle and back these Vikings up. Make their offense operate from the shadow of their own goalpost if they execute this punt properly.
Gillikin's punt. Forcing Rager to the sideline. Excellent coverage. Terrific tackle downfield by J.T. Gray. Nowhere to go. Special teams strong for the Saints. Now they need their defense. Vikings with the ball up 6. Well, he backed you up during your time with the Jets, and then he was your quarterback's coach during your time in Washington in 2018. What are you thinking? What are you looking at right there? Is that when you're thinking someday I'm going to be in the booth with Kevin Kugler? Does that look like a look of love?
I'm wondering why. I think even back then, I was wondering why he didn't call a timeout in that drive right before halftime. Because they took those 3 timeouts into the second half. They're not like rollover minutes on your green cell phone check. You can't roll them over into the second half and have more. You only get 3.
I'm a peasant. What am I going to do?
You know, he's my guy. Just got to keep it real with him too. Keeping it real with Kev. Get ready for that podcast.
Second down and 9. Cousins floats it down the sideline. Jefferson came in, the ball went out, and we check in with Laura Oakman on this Saints defense, and specifically
the one-day win because of the defense, not in spite of it. He told me that shift's been happening the last 3-4 years,
go.
But right now we want to be the spearhead. The offense, he said, may not be putting up 50 points. That's okay. We can win games 10-9, said Cam. We said that all the time, but now we believe it. Now, starting with this drive, let's see if they can do it.
All right, Laura, thank you very much. It is 3rd down and 9. They'd love to see something get going here. Kirk Cousins, frantic. The play clock down to 2.
Gotta go.
Just got the snap. Saints rush 4. Cousins flushed. In trouble. He has to throw it away. They got that pressure with 4 again. Cam Jordan providing the push. And the Saints defense does indeed stand up.
Well, Dennis Allen known for heating up the quarterback, especially on 3rd down, but they're only going to rush 4. They showed pressure with Tyrann Mathieu, but he stayed to cover the back. And look at Cam Jordan. I mean, when you get in those 3rd and long situations, 3rd and 9, those defensive ends are just going to pin their ears back, and it turns into a track meet. And they're trying to meet at the quarterback at about 8.5 yards deep. That's exactly what they did, flustering Kirk Cousins.
First 3 and out of the day for the Vikings offense. At the 42, a nice little jump stop, got him to the 45, and then the ball pops out. The ball loose down at the 44. He was trying to get extra yardage, and it's recovered by Minnesota. Scooped up by Chris Boyd. Oh, a gut punch, Mark Sanchez, for the New Orleans Saints.
And it just electrified the crowd here, really ignited the Vikings fans. Let's see if he's down. I think that ball's coming loose before his knee gets down.
It was Boyd who knocked it out and then was able to pounce on it as it bounced around.
What a punch. He's fired up. Way to get it back for your squad. I mean, that's just textbook punch out right there.
Second New Orleans turnover in their last 3 possessions. This one is an absolute dagger. You get the stop, you pitch the 3 and out, you're set up for excellent field position. You're trying to get that 1 extra yard, and the ball comes out, and now the Vikings with an opportunity at the 44 of New Orleans. Dalvin Cook in the backfield. Off the play fake, Cousins steps up, throws. Jefferson open, defender fell down. Jefferson at the 10, inside the 5, leveling Saints as he works his way out of bounds near the 3.
You saw that in week 1 against Green Bay. And watch him, he's going to come all the way across the field. The defenders bump right into each other. Werner and Adebo with the collision in the center divider right there, and there goes the supercar in Justin Jefferson. I mean, he's flying past those guys in no man's land, and Kirk Cousins easily finds him.
40 yards, the longest play of the day, and it's 1st and goal. Osborne, the motion man, and flags.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
How does this change as a quarterback? You go 1st and goal from the 3 to 1st and goal at the 8.
Well, I mean, obviously you weren't getting a 1st down either way. You got 3 downs to try and score it. But, I mean, that was a quick whistle. I thought they gave him time on the last one. I thought they gave him a little too much time. You see the frustration from Kirk Cousins. I thought he might have got that one off. We're splitting hairs, but just makes it a little tougher. They're going to slam it up in there with a run.
1st and goal at the 8. It's Dalvin Cook. Werner, first contact. Dropped him after a 1-yard gain. 2nd down and goal. Can the Saints defense bow up again and turn the turnover into just 3 and not 7?
If they're going to, they're going to need push from that front 4, but also the guys like Werner, I mean, he's like a hybrid linebacker DB. He's more of a sideline to sideline type player, a coverage guy, but he's really showing up in this run game after running into Adebo that play before to give him the 40-yard completion. 1-on-1 up top.
2nd and goal. Cousins, pressure up the middle, throws to the end zone, in and out of the hands of Justin Jefferson. The adjustment just a little too much for the star receiver to make the catch.
Well, you're going to see Kirk Cousins. He recognizes 1-on-1 out to his right. Boom. On the outside, Justin Jefferson on the post move. And you see Kirk Cousins, he can't finish the throw. Watch right here. Oh.
Yeah, Davenport right in his
throw.
face.
Yeah, Davenport's all up in his grill. And he can't finish the throw, so he leaves it behind him, and Jefferson tries to adjust, just not enough. They had him, and they got the rare one-on-one down in tight. Missed up.
3rd and goal. Cousins looking, throws it short. Thielen with the catch and dropped. Marshawn Lattimore with the tackle. 4th trip to the red zone for the Vikings today, and the 3rd that looks like it's going to end in a field goal.
And Jefferson frustrated. He's behind here. Look at Lattimore making the play up top, out in the flat. But Justin Jefferson was right behind him. He was frustrated. He thought that ball was coming to him in the back corner.
So a 24-yard try for Greg Joseph, 2 for 2 today.
The Saints defense.
No kidding.
They're not doing themselves any favors. They 2 huge stops to hold.
3 from the turnover. Justin Jefferson showing a little love in London.
Side of your screen, he's going to be the cheese. There goes Justin Jefferson to the back corner, but everything's on the corner. Watch Marshawn Lattimore right there. Recognize it and react. Justin was irritated. He thought Kirk Cousins was going to look Lattimore down to Thielen and then hit him over the top in the back corner and drop it in the bucket. Very similar to that interception earlier, Kev. Maybe a hair gun shy there to cut that thing loose. But Lattimore with a big play.
There's Deontay Hardy trying for a big play, chased out at the 22-yard line. NFL Plus is here, and you can stream live, local, and primetime games on your mobile device. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to defense is keeping this New Orleans team in this game, and that delay of game at the start of the goal-to-go situation became really large for the Vikings. On 1st down, the Saints go to the ground, and we go to Laura Oakman.
We've been talking all game about how many weapons the Saints offense is down. Let's add one more to that board. Mark Ingram just left the tent, went straight into the locker room. I'll update you as soon as we have his status.
Oh, and Laura, that leaves Dwayne Washington and Latavius Murray as the 2 up running backs today. Tony Jones inactive and Alvin Kamara inactive, as we talked about at the top of the broadcast with the rib injury.
There's Murray, and there's also Taysom Hill.
Off the play action, Dalton looking and finding Marquez Callaway. And for Callaway, who's been targeted a couple of times, the first time he's been able to pull one in, he picks up 15 and a Saints 1st down.
And talking with the Saints this week, they talked about those 3 games, or really the 2 games that they've lost so far. And, you know, a total of around 18 points, 16, 18 points. Well, 2 of them, they've given up 14 points on turnovers that went to the house, either a pick 6 or a fumble return for a touchdown. Now, 2 turnovers that result in points. I mean, that's the difference in this team being 1-2 and 3-0.
Latavius Murray got a little steam going to the 47-yard line and another 1st down, 10-yard run as Cameron Bynum and Jordan Hicks combine on the stop. Packed house today at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It is so fun to come to London and see so many NFL fans of all the teams represented today. Murray again, leaning forward to the 41-yard line. Let's go downstairs to Jamie Erdahl.
Well, Kevin, tempers have cooled a bit in that Vikings wide receiver group right now. Kirk Cousins has just come and planted himself next to these guys. I think he just wanted the wholesale frustration level to come down a little bit. AJ Osborne yelled out in frustration. We saw Justin Jefferson. Adam Thielen is banged up a little bit. He's
been absent.
Targets either.
No. Dalton will go to the air. Over the middle, into traffic, and the pass batted down by Patrick Peterson against Juwan Johnson. Good play by the 8-time Pro Bowler. And now let's look ahead, Mark Sanchez, to this 3rd and 4. It's a pretty big play. New Orleans has been able to string a couple of 1st downs together. Where do they go?
Well, they got to get, you see Jarvis Landry trotting back on the field at 5. He's an obvious target, and don't forget about Chris Olave. He's bailed him out a couple times. Had a huge catch for a touchdown. They need some production out of him. But those 2 got to be 1 and 2 in your progression, in my opinion.
On 3rd and 4. Dalton looking down the sideline for Olave, and Patrick Peterson with a volleyball spike to send it to the turf.
Almost lulled him to sleep. Watch Olave working up the sideline. Peterson just sloughs off enough, and then the recovery speed Salty old vet still got it, man. They're going for it.
The offense stays on the field. Saints are 0 for 1 on 4th down this year.
Well, shoot, the Vikings had plenty of 4th down work last week against the Detroit Lions. They went for it about 5 or 6 times.
Cameron Dantzler is slowed to get up the athletic training staff out to take a look at the Viking corner. That gives Andy Dalton a chance to talk things over on the sideline. This is a giant play in this game. 6:51 to go in the 3rd. Saints felt like they were getting a little momentum, Mark, but Patrick Peterson's made a couple of really good plays to thwart their opportunity to get another 1st down.
I'm just a little surprised the way Latavius Murray's been running the ball on this drive. If you know you're going for it on 4th down, you might want to run on that 3rd down just to set up a 3rd and short, or, I mean, you can potentially kick from here. This is dicey.
Minnesota opponents are 4 for 8 on 4th down this year. This is just the 2nd time all season that the Saints have gone on 4th down. 6:51 to go in the 3rd. Andy Dalton in New Orleans trying to keep this drive alive.
Look at who came in for Dantzler.
On 4th and 4, Dalton over the middle. Callaway, does he hang on? He does! Marquez Callaway gets the 1st down to the 36. He needed 4, and he got 5.
Oh, he got a good spot. Wow, and Andy Dalton had to go through his entire progression there. That's his 2nd or 3rd option because Olave was on the curl, got covered well. He had to move on and progress and find Callaway streaking across the field. Slows down because he feels that defender in front of him. Here comes Taysom Hill.
And Hill will carry on 1st down, and Hill will go nowhere. Dalvin Tomlinson with an eye on him.
You can't say enough about this Vikings defense. Guys like Dalvin Tomlinson, Jordan Hicks, Zadarius Smith, Chandon Sullivan, Jonathan Bullard, all free agent acquisitions. These guys had to form a bond quickly and manage this thing, start to gel, become a family, transcend football, and they're starting to do it.
And we've got flags flying. 2nd and 11 becomes.
Full start. Offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
2nd time. Alvin Throckmorton's been called for the wrong thing in this game. He backs up 5, and it's 2nd and 16 now for the New Orleans Saints. An offense that in the first 3 quarters this year has only scored 2 touchdowns, one of them today. They have struggled and have had to play catch up frantically in the 4th quarter for most of the year. They may have to do it again. 2nd and 16. Dalton looking down the sideline. Callaway is there, sizing it up, and he makes the catch. A great throw by Andy Dalton. Callaway pulls it in. 33 yards later, it's 1st and goal, New Orleans.
And what a read by Andy Dalton. He knew he had one-on-one on this backside. Harrison showed he was going to help over the top and then flew to the middle of the field to help with the 3-by-1 side to the 3-receiver side over the ball. Andy Dalton took his one-on-one shot.
On 1st and goal, he finds Jawan Johnson at the 5. Harrison Smith makes sure he doesn't get much more than that. Stopped him at the 4.
Well, watch Harrison. He's going to fly to the middle of the field, and he knows it's one-on-one. You see him hit the quick stutter move, just slightly underthrown. That thing a little bit farther out in front. He might have waltzed in the end zone, but you see him picking on that left side after Dantzler went out. Number 3 is down. They had Boyd in there.
2nd down and goal. Dalton will keep. Andy Dalton on the run. Yanked down at the 2. Daniil Hunter saved the touchdown.
Look at that, just a zone read. And every once in a while, you need to keep one of these just to keep everybody honest. Watch, the back's going to go like that, and here comes Andy Dalton to the flat. Oh. Not quite enough from the red rifle.
How do you look to Latavius Murray, one of the most prolific touchdown scorers in the league in the last 6 years?
Run it downhill.
Here he is, Murray, looking, fighting, churning, dragging Vikings in for the touchdown. 32nd rushing touchdown since 2016. Latavius Murray brings the Saints within.
Teams across the board. Everybody, man for man, it's just run it downhill. One of those red phone booths get into a street fight. You know what I'm talking about, Kev? That's just good old-fashioned American tackle football, man. Hand it to the big fella, let him punch it in.
I indeed do not know what it means to get into a street fight, Mark Sanchez. I mean, look at me. Am I getting in a street fight? Extra point is good. 2-point lead. How about Latavius Murray up from the practice squad, down in the end zone. Especially cast of Ted Lasso all looking on. Jason Sudeikis repping the WNBA sweatshirt today.
Love it.
Wanwu slipping a tackle. Kene Wanwu, good return for the Vikings, and flags fly at the end of the return. And the Vikings are going to have outstanding field position after the return and the penalty, clinging to the 2-point lead.
I think they're having a little fun in that box over there. I might be right back, Kevin. I'm going to go check on those guys.
After the play, personal foul, roughness, kicking team number 50. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down, Minnesota.
The NFL family has come together to support Hurricane Ian recovery efforts in Florida. Visit NFL.com/auction to bid on authentic and game-worn items to support the American Red Cross's Hurricane Ian relief efforts. You can also visit redcross.org/NFL or text the word Ian to 90999 to make a $10 donation and help those in need. Dalvin Cook with the carry, and not much there. Paulson Adebo with the tackle. No gain on the play.
They got hit with that counter play earlier. They're trying to circle that defense and catch the edge with Dalvin Cook and let him roll, but the Saints said absolutely not. It's your big bookend, Cam Jordan.
Jefferson on second down. Not much out there. Really good work by Marshawn Lattimore, and a little credit as well to Peyton Turner, Mark, for holding his ground outside.
Oh, absolutely, and you see the plan for this game with Justin Jefferson was to try and get him involved in these bunches and stacks, condense the split so he's not out on the edge like last week against Detroit and getting jammed every time. But you see the kind of space he has out here.
On third down, Cousins over the middle. Jefferson with the catch, but immediately the tackle to Mario Davis, 2 yards short of a Vikings first down.
Decision time.
That offense has not budged yet.
Just a hair late on that throw.
And it's going to be the punt team coming on from Minnesota.
Yeah, I think that's the right move. Got to trust your defense.
Kevin O'Connell looked a little chagrined with his decision. He's like, ugh.
Listen, you can't make up for anything in just one drive. You not let the emotions get the best of you. I think this is a wise decision.
Oh, it's a fake to the air. Open, first down. Ryan Wright finding Jalen Naylor. His first career catch, and what a time for it. Vikings with the fake and the conversion.
Wow, what a gutsy call. Watch the motion in here. It's gonna look like he's running downfield. He slams on the brakes and hits a quick out route. What a throw by the punter.
Hey, Ryan Wright, California high school, same high school as Sean Mannion. He was a quarterback there. And he's showing off the arm.
Special teams, Ben Kotwika. He was with us with the Jets with Kevin O'Connell. A couple other coaches on the staff, Mike Pettin. Benny dialing him up.
Here's Dalvin Cook to the outside with room to roam, and Cook gets a first down. Let's check in with Jamie Erdahl.
Well, Kevin, we're on the verge of being gratuitous here, but stay with me. After I spoke with Kevin O'Connell at the halftime, we walked a little bit and talked about Justin Jefferson and if he was seeing a lot of double coverage. He said, we're going to stick with him. We're going to work through the progressions, but we have some bags. We have some tricks in our bag, all right? So there we go. There's the trick, number one. I wonder if they have any more.
Well, now we know the trick is to use the former high school quarterback, the punter. Cousins under pressure, backpedaling, and he threw this one away. Oh, he looked up and Cam Jordan was right there. Now, here's the other thing. No receiver was anywhere near where that ball ended up. Is this going to be intentional grounding?
It might be. They're talking about it right now, but Cam Jordan was sifting through some blocks.
And there's the flag.
Intentional grounding, offense number 8. All he placed at the spot of the pass. Comes with a loss of down, brings up second down.
Well, watch this. Watch Cam Jordan.
Mike Pereira is our rules analyst in Los Angeles. Mike, nobody there, right?
Yeah, nobody there, and you got to look to see, is he under pressure? That's the one thing. Certainly he is. Now he throws it over the head, but well over the head of Thielen. So, yeah, that's intentional grounding.
He thought he ditched it in a safe spot, too far away from a eligible receiver, but how about Cam Jordan? Looked like he's trying to find the baby in the king cake, and Mardi Gras trying to figure out what the heck's going on back there, and then he sees Kirk Cousins with the ball.
4 penalties today for the Vikings, all on offense, and now add another penalty to the mix.
False start. Offense number 75. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Second time today there on the penalty.
And right after getting that huge conversion, back-to-back penalties, right? You go for it on 4th down, nail it.
And now you've negated, for the most part.
Oh,
you see Kirk Cousins. He's been
uncharacteristic, too, from Dennis Allen. He's more likely to rush 5.
4 rushing again. Cousins throws. Thielen with the catch. Immediately with the tackle from Paulson Adebo.
And you're just playing basically for a field goal here. They don't need to snap it. They might try and hurry up, get on the line of scrimmage, it looks like, and try and draw them off sides, try and steal some of those yards back.
Thielen's limping a little bit.
Yeah, he's feeling it. Doubled over for a second. Ooh, he's hurting in the slot.
Yeah. Could have been motion. That is not the normal gait of Adam Thielen.
Tried to draw him off sides. Saints discipline.
Don't fight. End of 3. Good ball game. The international series off to an outstanding start through 3 quarters. 28-yard line by P.J. Williams. You mentioned it on 2nd down, though. Looked like they were playing for an opportunity to kick, and on comes Greg Joseph for that field goal try.
Exactly right, and just extend this lead by 3 more points. Be smart, but man, that punt team has now recovered a fumble and then converted on a fake, all for almost not, you know, and Minnesota unable to capitalize on huge plays by their special teams.
46-yard try for Joseph. He missed from 56 twice last week, but he is money this week from 46. And a 19-14 Vikings lead. 4th quarter just underway. We've got a good one in London.
So?
The new iPhone 14 Pro. It's amazing.
Yep, the camera is incredible. And you'll get our best deal.
Nice, but everyone should get it.
Everyone can get it.
Every new customer.
And every existing customer.
Every iPhone.
Every iPhone.
Every iPhone.
With 14-14 to play in the 4th quarter. Back deep, Deontay Hardy. Shouldn't be a surprise. I think almost every game in the league this year has been close. And we've got another one brewing here as this will go through the end zone for the touchback. Well, guess what? Next week, NFL Network is back right here, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, for a London game encore. Saquon and the Giants, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, live from the UK. Next Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, right here on NFL Network, and stream on mobile with NFL Plus. And when the Packers kick off that game, they will be the 32nd and final team to play in London. Every team will have played here in England once the Packers kick things off.
Crucial drive for the Saints. They got to keep going to Murray in this run game.
Off the play fake, Dalton will go to him in the pass game. Latavius Murray on the edge, and what a tackle made by Patrick Peterson. Oh, it looked like Murray had put the shake on him. Instead, it was Peterson with the chop to the turf.
Still got it. Watch this, just trip him up. Oh, almost got the high step over him. Barely got him by, talk about a shoestring tackle. That was shoestring tackle definition in the dictionary right there. But that threat of running the ball opened things up for that run action. They got to go back to him.
And here's Murray on the run, driving forward with a 1st down to the 39-yard line. So in the 4th quarter, usually because of where they are on the scoreboard mark, the offense has been heavy pass. They've not been able to lean on that run at all in the 4th this year.
That's exactly right. And Dennis Allen talked about chasing points. But shoot, let's talk about Doug Marrone and this offensive line. I mean, Murray's just chasing them to open yards. They're opening some serious holes in this defense.
And another hole for Murray. And with 4th quarter that they had in the previous 3 combined.
Well, we said it early, they got to keep it close. It's got to be a 1-score game. Down late because they're down so many players, right? Remember, Jameis Winston, all these guys. I mean, Ingram's back in the game. They thought we lost him. And here goes Taysom Hill. This is what we got to see from this rushing attack.
And Hill with hesitation. Oh, what an opening on the right side for Taysom Hill to get the 1st down at the Vikings 41.
And watch him just give a little head fake out to the left. Almost a quick pump fake. His eyes at the snap are going to be right here, like he's going to throw a quick screen to Mark Ingram. He probably has the option, but realized with 2 deep safeties, we got plenty of space. They captured the edge. But once again, I mean, Doug Marrone with an offensive line, he's known for developing players. Kevin Mawai, Brandon Moore, Zach Street, Jari Evans, among the few that he's turned into explosive and tough offensive linemen.
Here's Ingram getting his first carry since we thought he might have been knocked out of the game, but he's back out there, picks up 2. Tackled by Daniil Hunter, and the Saints down 5, and Taysom Hill back into the game. We knew we were going to see him in a lot of different ways today. He has yet to throw a pass in this game from that spot. He'll be split out.
Now he's out of tight end. At the top of your screen.
Dalton on 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. All day to throw. Looking, finding. Traquan Smith with the catch. And out of bounds at the Viking 21. Just his 5th catch of the year. This one for 18.
Whoa, the red rifle just turned into a sniper rifle. Holy smokes. Look at this dime he drops. Traquan Smith, once again, routes running away, all set up by the run action, play action. They suck up the defense, get them to bite with low pad level in that offensive line. I mean, they're really rolling right now.
Here's Ingram on 1st down. Bounce into the outside. Ingram runs into Peterson, who starts the contact. Cameron Bynum finishes it off, but he picks up 8. Hunter had a chance at him after about a 2-yard pickup, but he slipped through.
Can't afford any mistakes in this situation. Got to be incredibly smart when you cut any of these throws loose for Andy Dalton, but he looks like he's in a groove. He's shaking off any kind of jitters, any kind of nerves for starting a game for the first time in a little bit and filling in for an injured Jameis Winston.
2nd and 2. Play action. Sets up the screen to the tight end Troutman. He's got blockers. Troutman bouncing to the outside. Troutman to the 5. Leaning for the goal line. He's out of bounds. He stepped out inside the 3. Running behind Ryan Ramczyk. Troutman sets the Saints up 1st and goal.
Well, watch this, like a turnstile door. He's going to fake block right there and then just run right by him. Give him kind of the Olay move. Set him up on the block and then, like a bullfighter, man, just let him run right across. And Andy, I love that call because it's such an easy breather completion for the quarterback. But look at this. We got some big boys in the backfield with Taysom Hill.
1st down and goal. Hill to the right. Got a block.
In
to
there.
The end zone. Touchdown. Saints take the lead.
Check out this. He's just going to give a quick hip move and take off and follow these pullers to pay dirt inside. Throckmorton getting out in front, leading the charge on the pull there, filling in for the injured Anders Pete. And here comes a 2-point play. Get ready for some sort of movement by Dalton. I wouldn't be shocked if they try to keep him on the run.
Landry, the motion man. 2-point try, play action.
Got him in the flat. Oh, Landry!
There's Landry all alone. Mark saw him, and so did Andy Dalton. And a 3-point lead for the Saints.
Oh, he's almost an hour and a half late. Almost missed his train on the tube, Kev. Woo.
But Taysom Hill into the end zone. And everybody knows the London trains are never late. The 2-point conversions there. 3-point Saints lead. Waiting the kickoff. Will Lutz to boot it away for the Saints. And that'll go through the end zone for the touchback. Vikings back to work. And let's look at next gen stats powered by AWS. And it's a telling tale of the rush game today for Dalvin Cook. Since 2018, 463 rush yards over expected, good for 6th in the NFL. But today, the 3rd lowest of his career, 27 yards below what was expected of Dalvin Cook in the run game. 15 carries for 54 yards today for Dalvin Cook. Plenty of time, 3 timeouts. The run game's not gone yet for Minnesota.
It's not totally gone, but they got to be smart and pick their spots with their runs, like drive starters.
Play action, Cousins with pressure in his face, throws tall and incomplete. Thielen couldn't go get it, and it just slips through the hands. And that's sort of a tale that we've told all day with Minnesota. Off the hands of C.J. Ham, just couldn't pull it in. Through the hands of Johnny Munt, and Cousins to the end zone behind and off the hands of John.
Just like that last throw to Thielen.
Second down and 10. Here's Cook on the ground, slips through a Jordan tackle and gets to the 32-yard line as we check in with Jamie Erdahl.
Well, keep in mind, these games have been played for 15 years in the regular season. There still is no right or wrong answer as to when a team should arrive in London. Again, the Vikings opted to fly Thursday night to Friday morning. Think about how hard that is. You land after a red-eye. You go to walk through. You have a meal. You see your family. You are fighting sleep so you can adjust to go to sleep Friday night in London. It's challenging, guys, and that's the timeline this team is on right now.
Excellent points there, but regardless of how much sleep you got, these guys up front, they gotta protect Cousins. I'd love to see him chip with the tight ends too and give him a little extra time before they release into these routes.
Oh, pressure up the middle. Cousins pressured early, gets it to Jefferson. He ran it to the sticks. There's a flag down in the secondary. Either way, it looks like a first down.
Madison had a huge pickup, and Kirk Cousins still.
Well, he had Pete Warner right up the back.
Prior to the pass, holding defense number 21. 5-yard penalty, an automatic first down.
Bradley Roby called for the defensive holding, and it's a first down for the Vikings.
Here's 21. Roby with the hold. As he crossed him up, KJ does a good job of setting him up and then crossing up his leverage. Working inside out. But those linebackers running the pick game inside, Demario Davis and Werner, well executed and got another shot on Kirk Cousins. They got to protect him and keep him upright.
Blitz up the middle, down goes Cousins. Demario Davis got him. Third sack of the day for the New Orleans Saints.
Listen, Kev, you are who you are. A zebra doesn't change their stripes. And Dennis Allen, at some point, he's going to blitz you. Look at them cross-dogging again. They basically did it on the last play on that crucial third down from those A-gaps right in front of the center, and then they just did it from depth. You saw how tight they were pre-snap, and that puts so much stress on the offensive line and halfbacks when you're in play action. It was the perfect time to call it. Well executed by those stud linebackers.
2 sacks in the first 3 sacks today. Pressure again. Cousins gets rid of it to Jefferson, and Jefferson out of bounds. Short of the first down, but he got 17 back, and it gives the Vikings a third and very manageable here with 7:20 to go.
I mean, look at this route by Justin Jefferson. He shows the in cut and then gets out of it. Watch, boom, slams on the brakes, spins Lattimore around like a top and gets wide open. I mean, guys aren't that open in the league, man. These are tight windows you're throwing in. So when you get a lollipop, wide open guy in the flat, you gotta hit him. And
A.J. Osborne, that's a big one. Gets the first down to near midfield.
Now watch this. Here's another rub, Kevin, that he got called for earlier. He just didn't engage. Watch. There's the rub. It's Jefferson's job as the front man, the point man in that stack, to clear out the defenders and create space for K.J. Osborne. So he has a big catch, and then has to do a little dirty work for his buddy and free up another receiver, number 17, K.J. Osborne, with his first catch of the day.
Saw this in the first half some. They pace up to the line, get that look at the defense, and then change things up with the play clock down to 2. Cousins looking to the sideline for Jefferson, and it's knocked out of his hands by Marshawn Lattimore. It was there. Lattimore able to jar it loose and prevent Jefferson's 10th catch of the day.
He just missed it. He let the ball get all the way up on his chest, but this matchup has been huge all day. 23 on 18. He's right in his hip pocket. Oh. And he let that ball get past his eyes. You see that, Kev? You'd like to get up and snag that thing with 2 hands. Like your hands are in handcuffs right there, and snag the point of that football.
Cook. Oh, drilled. Oh, Cam Jordan. Oh. Yeah, he wants to be the complete defensive end. He told us that. I'm here to stop the run. Well, he stopped the run. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man. I mean, just dropped him like a bad habit. Holy Toledo, watch this. Wow.
I believe the folks in London, if they haven't learned by now what a physical game we've brought over here, they know it now.
And that's that physical brand that this defense is all about. They're ready to carry this team.
3rd and 10. Cousins, nobody open. Floats it into Thielen, and it's knocked away. Paulson Adebo was there.
I mean, Kirk Cousins had a day and a half back there. We got a flag down.
On the far side of the field at the 38-yard line of New Orleans.
I mean,
Ill use of hands to the face, defense,
wow.
number 32. 5-yard penalty, automatic flag.
Tyrann Mathieu. Oh, what a gut punch again to the Saints. It gives a first down to the Vikings.
Well, here's Mathieu. Pay attention to him. Let's see. Oh, I don't know, Coach. I don't know. I mean, I saw a little shoulder pad, high shoulder pad. Ah, that's tough. That's tough. Not in this game. Not in, holy cow. I mean, Kirk Cousins had it all day back there on that play. He's back there grilling steaks. And we talked about the emphasis being on this offensive line. If they're going to drop back like that late in the 4th quarter.
Cousins on the roll to Thielen. The toe tap to the 43-yard line, 44-yard line. Let's take one more look at that penalty that gave the Vikings a new set of downs.
Well, here it is on the left side. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know. That's a good old-fashioned just shoulder shove. Sheesh.
Well, either way, 3rd and 7. 4:37 to go in the 4th. 3-point Saints lead. Madison motioning into the backfield.
They're ready for some crossers. They're getting man-to-man.
4-man rush again. Cousins with time. This time looking deep for Thielen, and it's deflected away, but there's the flag. Lattimore was working against Thielen. Williams came over to tip it away, but it's pass interference against the Saints. It'll be 1st and goal for Minnesota. We also have a flag up here at the 36-yard line on the near sideline.
Kirk Cousins went for the deep shot. You see the backside safety try and replace. Over the top, P.J. Williams coming from the opposite side of the screen. I mean, Thielen got a little bit of Lattimore's face mask and really drew the foul. Let's see, we got a parliament meeting down there trying to figure this thing out.
There are 2 fouls against the defense on the play. Holding, defense number 29. That penalty is declined. Pass interference, defense number 23. Ball replaced, disallowed foul, automatic first down.
Another look at the Marshawn Lattimore pass interference that gives a first down. 3rd penalty for New Orleans on the drive.
This drive has been extended by penalties. See a little bit of hand fighting, and then Thielen grabs the face mask. Ooh. I don't know. Yeah, those
39-yard penalty is the result. And it's 1st and goal at the 3.
Well, listen, bottom line, Minnesota has to take advantage of these plays. How you get down here, it doesn't matter.
Jefferson on the end around, and he will walk in for the go-ahead touchdown.
We'll watch this fly sweep. Boom. Kirk's just going to Davenport, they just let him run free and expect Justin Jefferson to turn that corner and beat him.
Joseph's extra point, and it is no good. What a miss. It keeps it a 3-point game. 25-22, the 39-yard pass interference penalty set him up. Justin Jefferson walked it in, but the missed extra point keeps it a 3-point game. This XM. 3rd and goal. They set it up for Madison. Breaks 2 tackles and weaves into the end zone. Brilliant for Alexander Madison. And the Vikings are on the board. games this year decided by 3 points or fewer through first 3 weeks is the most all time. What do we have here? A 3-point game to start off your Sunday in week 4. 25-22 after the missed extra point. First of the year for Greg Joseph. And the Saints will watch this one go into the end zone. It's a touchback. Let's go back to that penalty that really set up the touchdown. Mike Pereira is our rules analyst in Los Angeles. Mike?
Talk to me.
Mark's about to jump off the ledge here.
Come on now.
Yeah, you know, it's a tough play, and of course these pass interference calls are all judgments called. Does he play into him initially before he actually grabs the arm, and then Thielen pulls his face mask kind of to turn him away? I probably would prefer this as nothing being called. But really, too, Mark, I tell you, this is one of the things where I've always been a fan of the college rule. I mean, that's a maximum 15-yard penalty, and that questionable call really had a big effect in this game.
Instead of a spot foul, you mean?
Correct, instead of a spot foul. Yep, a 15-yard penalty in the college game. Flags down on this run from Murray.
Offense, number 88, 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
J.P. Holtz just brought up from the practice squad.
He was your motion man. He got stuck out on the edge, fighting with Daniil Hunter.
First and 20, called the 15-yard line.
Right side over there for the line. But, well, listen, Saints defense, I mean, just got annihilated by penalties that last drive and gave the Vikings a chance, but they did sneak away the missed PAT. Now they got a chance.
And Dalton with a strike finds Jawan Johnson at the 31-yard line. Laura Oakman, you've got an update.
Now let me add some injury to that insult. P.J. Williams, we saw, was on the ground for a little bit longer. They got him up. He limped into the locker room. He's questionable return with a thigh injury.
All right, Laura, thanks so much. 2nd and 4. Murray slips through one tackle and gets the first down to the 41-yard line. Harrison Smith had a shot at him, but he broke the tackle and picked up 10.
And he's one of those backs that'll wear you down. Look at him, high cut, high runner. But he gets going, he gets a little momentum, and later in this game, especially in the fourth quarter, these 2- and 3-yard runs are turning into 4-, 5-, 6-, 7-yard runs. He's really going. He's got 10 rushes for 55 yards and a touchdown.
Rush number 11, not his most effective as he gets to the 43-yard line. 3 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Thanks to that missed extra point, the scenario for the Saints a little different than it would have been. They need to get into field goal range, not necessarily get a touchdown here. Now, you know they'd like to score the touchdown. As Dalton goes to the sideline, open is Adam Troutman. He's got the first down in Vikings territory at the 43.
Andy Dalton cutting it loose.
Andy Dalton, 19 of 23, 204 yards and a score. Very efficient day for Dalton in his first start since the season finale a year ago with the Bears.
So efficient for Andy Dalton, just throwing strikes now.
This is Ingram. And Ingram gets a yard down to the 42.
They've been so good in that run, in that rushing attack. They got to bring pressure from the outside. You saw Harrison Smith get up on the line of scrimmage, number 22 from the Vikings, and set the edge for the defense. When you can't do it from the defensive line spot, you got to start bringing some extra pressure from outside. And Ed Donatel knew exactly what was going on. This rushing attack starting to catch the edge and circle the defense and get outside. But the last time these guys squared off, Andy Dalton and Kirk Cousins, Jeff, you know the story. That was a tie.
Dalton airing it deep for Olave. Chris Olave has it knocked away. It was Cameron Dantzler, one-on-one with the rookie from Ohio State. No flags are down, and it's 3rd and 9.
Just an excellent job at Dantzler, trying to push him towards the sidelines. Well thrown ball, got through. Right in between the 1 and the 2. Olave unable to bring it in. But once again, great recognition by Andy Dalton on those go balls. He hit Callaway earlier, almost had a big one there to Olave. This is where he's got to come alive if he wants to be one of their premier playmakers and pick up some slack from missing Michael Thomas in the lineup.
3rd and 9, pressure late. Dalton throwing towards Callaway. It's incomplete. Harrison Smith provided the late pressure. We have reached the 2-minute warning in London. Saints face a 4th down, trailing by 3. He hit from this very spot in warm-ups and pregame. Hit 2 of them from 60 yards. This is right on top of the football in the NFL logo. And he's trying to send it through to tie this game from 60 for Will Lutz. Oh. We are tied at 25. Lutz good from 60. Wow.
About the confidence in your kicker after 2 misses last week, 1 blocked. What an operation. Snap, hold, kick, nailed it. I think he had a little extra vinegar on his fish and chips, man. 2 extra yards.
Well, what confidence you must have as a kicker knowing that very spot in pregame, going that direction, you hit from that spot twice.
Oh.
And Will Lutz knew it. A little redemption after a rough week last week for Will Lutz. The 60-yarder goes through, and we're tied at 25 with 1:51 to go. And nothing fans in London love more than kicks.
789bet, kênh cá cược trực tuyến hàng đầu châu Á, uy tín, an toàn và đẳng cấp.
Second longest Saints kick in history. He tied Morton Anderson, who hit from 60 back in 1991. Tom Dempsey, of course, with the longest 63, which was the NFL's longest for a long time. Wanwu on the return, and Wanwu will not get to the 20-yard line. Caden Ellis leading the charge. The NFL Game Day final Mercedes-Benz postgame is coming up next. Colleen Wolfe, Willie McGinnis, and Kurt Warner will interview the star of the game, plus preview of some of the biggest games yet to come on this football Sunday. While our day may be wrapping up in London, your football Sunday is just getting underway back across the ocean. Both teams have 3 timeouts remaining. Cousins and the Vikings from their own 18 first down.
Nothing wrong with the run to start this drive.
That's what they'll do with Dalvin Cook, who will bounce it to the edge, and Cook with a good run turns it back in and then gets the first down before going out of bounds. That is a nifty job along the sideline by Dalvin Cook, who picks up 14.
And watch him follow the puller right here up front. Look at Ezra Cleveland. Got him to the edge, and then Dalvin Cook made this up the field quickly or keep him blocked on the outside, and Dalvin made his job a lot easier.
First and 10, Saints brought 5, airing it deep for Jefferson. He's got it! The home run ball hit from Cousins to Jefferson, down to the Saints 27. Jefferson beats Lattimore to pick up 41.
One-on-one, mano-y-mano, just like old school football out in the street. And he gets him on the go ball up the sideline. Almost pulled away from Lattimore there, but a huge play. And Cousins, Bradbury, the whole crew giving Justin Jefferson some love. And he had to get rid of that ball quickly. He had some pressure coming from that nickel spot off the edge.
1:24 to go. Ball at the 29-yard line. Another big play to Justin Jefferson. Nobody has more big catches over the last 2 years in this league than Justin Jefferson. Cook up the middle, nothing there. Werner sniffed that one out. And now timeout will be used by the Saints to try to save some time for a potential comeback of their own again. So for the New Orleans Saints, how'd we get to this point? Well, for New Orleans, it was the ground game. Latavius Murray fighting his way. Hill puts it in for 6 as well. And Andy Dalton finding Landry on the 2-point try. 60-yard field goal made it 20.
Say tie, huh?
Vikings trying to come from behind in the 4th quarter for another week. He did it last week against the Lions. Cousins handing to Cook. He collided with KJ Osborne before he handed that off. Vikings are lucky that nothing else catastrophic happened on that.
Well, he got clipped right there by the fly motion runner that they love using so much, going from right to left across the formation, and kind of clipped each other on the way to the running back. He's lucky he held on to that football.
Saints are out of timeouts. Remember, Minnesota missed an extra point earlier, or we would see a very different scenario unfolding on this moment. Of course, we would have seen the Saints choose perhaps to do something different on 4th down when they kick a 60-yard field goal. 3rd and 9.
Is the center in the ball?
No. Saints can't stop it. Roby, nice play down at the 29-yard line, and now 4th down. So that'll give Greg Joseph a chance to kick a potential game-winning field goal. Now, he's made 4 field goals today. He's never made more in NFL or in college than 4 in any one game. But he's going to have a chance to do it here to try to give the Vikings the lead late.
Well, this is huge. They got to run this clock all the way down, earn a timeout, one of their 3 remaining. Give them an opportunity to seal the deal here.
And there's the timeout from Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, with this kick and the kickoff, Saints are looking for some desperation type throws at the end, but this makes sense. This is very on brand for the NFL this year, and just about every year these close calls.
And very on brand in London that perhaps a kick could be the thing that ends something on the pitch.
What a huge day for the Vikings special teams. This could seal it in a big way.
47-yard try for Greg Joseph. Good snap. Good hold. The kick by Joseph. It is good.
Rương 88, nhà cái uy tín, minh bạch và đẳng cấp nhất châu Á hiện nay. Rương 88, kênh đầu tư siêu lợi nhuận với tỷ lệ trả cược thắng cuộc.
Good operation all the way around, and for Greg Joseph, a career-high 5th made field goal. Kevin O'Connell's team is seconds away from getting out of London with a win, and Andy Dalton knows he's got 24 seconds to work with. That guy wasn't even coming to the football game. He just happened to be dressed like that, and they brought him in.
Be ready for a squib kick here. This is a pretty win either way, man. Not the dance. I mean, they had some toughness. They had some grit to this game, but those penalties are going to haunt the Saints. And there's an argument on both sides of those penalties, keeping that drive alive.
Kicking deep through the end zone and the touchback. So Minnesota scored on 6 of their last 7 possessions. 5 of those were field goals. Is it enough to get the win? We know where we need to get to if you're a Saints coach or player to get a field goal chance for Lutz. About the 48-yard line.
Yeah, or excuse me, yeah, 40.
Or 42-yard line, excuse
42.
me. 48 would be aggressive.
40 game, and for a quarterback that's not the starter, you don't get a lot of these reps, but you're going to see some routes going towards the sidelines and try and get some big chunk plays.
There's Dalton airing it deep for Olave. He's got it at the 43.
They gotta go.
They have no timeout, but there's an injured Viking. There's an injured Viking, and that will stop play. Harrison Smith came down, and the officials stop it with 11 seconds to go. 32-yard pitch and catch, Dalton to Olave.
Right up the gut, down the middle, landing on the logo, the shield. And Olave and... Ooh, they collide right there. I mean...
Minnesota recharges its 2nd timeout. Please put 12 seconds on the game clock.
So he landed hard on that right arm and shoulder and had to use the timeout. So this counts as a Vikings timeout.
Wow.
And there's that 42-yard line. And what a break they got with the injury to Smith. That gave them time to regroup for this with no timeouts.
What a huge play down the middle. Andy Dalton. I mean, he lobbed that thing into defensive team meeting for the Vikings, and Olave somehow comes up with it. They're right within field goal range now.
He hit from 60 seconds ago.
And they got to get this ball out of bounds. They can't afford anything inbounds.
There's Dalton to throw. Look into the sideline, just airmailed it over the head of Traquan Smith. So now you have 9 seconds to go.
You got to try and steal another completion towards the sidelines, but it's dangerous. And if they play it well like they did, Patrick Peterson, he's not going to give you a free one to the sidelines. They know exactly what's going on defense as well. They know you need 1 more yard to feel better about that kick. So they're just going to play this sideline type defense. Make sure nothing gets outside of them.
There's Dalton again, looking, pressure comes. Dalton throws for the side. Oh, coming back to get it. It's Olave. No, out of bounds. Olave with the catch, but out of bounds. Officials right there on the call on the far side. Another look.
Too soft in the coverage, in my opinion. Let's see if he gets that second foot down. Too hard to see. I think he only got one.
That left foot was out of bounds. Excellent call by the officials on the sideline.
Oh, boy. Well done by Andy Dalton, holding the corner. Patrick Peterson down with the outside route, seeing the deep corner, but none of that matters, Kev. This is the biggest kick of Lutz's life.
61-yard try, and the Vikings use their final timeout. What a start to your day. You didn't need that second cup of coffee this morning. This game's providing the adrenaline. And a 61-yard try to send it to overtime. The 60-yarder we showed you looked like it would have been good from 63 or 64. Can he duplicate the feat?
He said extra vinegar on the fish and chips. I hope he had an extra helping of the bangers and mash. He's going to need everything he's got in that right leg to nail this sucker.
Good snap, good hold. Lets his kick on the way. Oh. And it is off the uprights.
Double doink.
And it is over in London. Lutz pinballed it around and it fell out. 28-25. The Vikings hang on by the width of the crossbar.
Oh my word. Are you kidding me?
If a stiff breeze had blown right at that moment, we'd be going to overtime. Instead, the upright, then the crossbar, and the Saints are just that close to staying alive. What a finish to Game 1 of the International Series. Elation to devastation for the Saints players looking on.
Just plenty of leg, too. Oh, look at Dennis Allen trying to lean it in. He thought it was in. Oh.
And Kirk Cousins says, oh, yeah. Yep, knew it all along.
Oh.
28-25, the final score in London. And Jameis Winston thought it was going to be overtime. Instead, it's a long flight home. Will Lutz and Blake Gillikin. What a finish to this one. What a game.
Excellent.
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. For Mark Sanchez, Laura Oakman, and Jamie Erdahl, this is Kevin Kugler saying so long from London. Final 28-25 Vikings. Next, we'll send you to Colleen, Willie, and Kurt for the NFL Game Day Final Mercedes-Benz postgame after these messages.